Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to bring you to the artist studio of my old friend Martin Wehmer. He's a German artist living and working in Beijing since 2008, and that was when we first met in the 798 Art District. In 2009, I left China and we haven't met ever since. After such a long time, I'm very happy to catch up with him and to see what he has been up to. I noticed that his art style has changed almost completely over the years, so I asked him to share his journey to the east of self-exploration as an artist. Hope you like this video and let me know your thoughts in the comment below.
This is Arius. My name is Martin Wehmer. I'm a painter from Germany, but I'm based in China since 2008. This is actually also in the winter time, also in the frozen time of China. I produce in China, exhibit in China, but also still exhibit in Germany and in Europe, lost in translation of these both worlds. I changed gradually, not immediately, but I try in the beginning do this, I call it artist in residence thoughts to assimilate very fast. And China make me not more Chinese painter, but China make me more open because I can have more distance about where I come from. This is the most important point. You liberal yourself from your background of be artist or painter. And we should be clear about that every circumstance, like you are working in Germany as a painter, the discussion about abstraction and who is who and what is important and impress you or somehow manipulate you. And I need to say, to go to China and open it up, give me a big liberal input to my work to go in more directions. So I also have multiple ways of paintings, which is hard to accept in Europe. This kind of risk is a lot of fun for a painter. If I paint Sun Wukong, actually maybe you have been that, this is if a Chinese painter come to Europe and would paint Jesus Christ, what do you think about that? And you say yeah, it's a little bit funny, right? It's not so serious, right? And this means you don't know the cliches, you don't know the problems. You touch everything a little bit, and then you figure out. And this you can't do if you stay in your origin. It's impossible. I have a big part. He's playing with the European tradition of abstraction, of Malevich, of many of the also American painters. And I have a new way to paint figurative, which is have an abstraction background, but more and more become what is the meaning of. So it's not paint something you can see, it's not paint something from the commercial world. It is always thinking about what we are thinking of the same thing, what we're thinking of a woman, what Chinese thinking about a woman, what European thinking about a woman, or like this butterfly, what's the meaning of 8-8 in different cultures. This simple painting, Westerners think it's church, but somebody else, it's the movement of the hand of Mao Zedong. So you can see so simple things, so different. Yeah, it's like a stone. You put in the water and jump, and it can be lifelong. And don't take you too serious, otherwise you cannot jump anymore. If I ask myself sometimes about very famous or very successful artists in Europe or Germany in my time, so some my age are very big names, and I see their works and I think, wow, it's like, thanks God I'm not so successful. I couldn't go to China and I couldn't do what I did, because you're really a victim of your own success of biography. If I come to 7 and 8 and I saw this political pop, I was thinking that the standard of Chinese contemporary art it's still in kind of illustration of something. So if you want to be political critical and you can only do it by a kind of comic or gimmick or a copy of Western pop art as a tool for, then you are, in my Western point of view, you didn't catch the point. You know the point. The question is, I'm currently asking me about two things: Chinese society and the point zero, the coronavirus. The question is, how important is the art for society? So I need to say, in China it's not important. It's actually nothing. In Germany, the reality is it don't works. Important, yeah, some people write in the newspaper, all the pure artists, and oh, we need this, culture and art. So, but it's really important? I don't know. So I think this point now is super interesting, because we don't know what happened after that. And I think contemporary art becomes cliché of a lifestyle, global travel agency thing. Good for city branding or something, but after Corona, it makes no sense. It's not, we will not go back to that. And I cannot say what's coming up. I have no idea, because for me, this is the thing with the art. You don't know before, you only always know it afterwards, you know. You can sometimes feel you are in something, but you cannot declare really proper in detail what's going on. Now it's just a pause, a rest, and it's maybe not a bad thing. Because in China, the art has not a social or society function like we have it in European countries. I thought if I come to China, it will be, because the ingredients in China, they're all there. Space, talent artists, a lot of university high schools, people thinking, and probably they are part of a big jump, a big open. So that's always a time for art, actually. But there's no art without the society itself growing with them. So go follow that. You know, this year is the birthday of Joseph Beuys. You can read a lot of things, what he said in the 70s about art. It's very full of social beliefs of the society, right? If you read that, and it's 50 years ago, it's super innovative. It don't works for Germany now, it don't works for China now. So it's like, it show up and close again, and now we have nothing from that, what he thought. I think COVID will be something between 3 and 5 years, a period of pause. And for the contemporary art, I think for me, contemporary art is over. That means not 5 years after zero comes, immediately we can have a new name. I don't know that, I'm not future teller, but I really think it's not possible to continue that. The viewing about how future will be, it's cancelled. Actually, it's not a bad thing what happened, because you have more freedom, but you should really avoid any standards about practice of art, and also break up the traditions and make you free of. And this belongs every continent. I cannot speak so much about America, but for Europe and China, both need cut the past. Otherwise, it will not happen interesting things. It probably can be 20 years no art. What's the problem about that? Actually, it's no problem. Nobody will missing. Also, we will, and in Germany, you need to tell the people, art become an oil between the economic interests and the political interests to make things smooth, right? And this thing is over, and it's like, let art be art again, that's enough, right? That's already danger for everybody, right? You know what's in China very famous, drinking whiskey, smoking big cigars, then everybody, or red wine from France, everybody knows a lot about that. That's a culture. But and many of them think art is something similar, right? You know some artists, you know some price, you know some style, you know it's a fresh ingredients or it's an old style. That's gone. This will be same lost generation like in the Second World War. Like every European country, you have 10 years no artists. They integrate in the normal society, make normal jobs. Like Beijing is also more and more empty. The studios, the artists move to the hometowns, take money from families, or have normal jobs, or have a family structure. How it works. The personal way of an artist is not interesting for that discussion. It's no problem for society if a generation is taken away. This doesn't matter. Of course, as a human being, it's sad. But be honest, if I come to China 2008, this international software created in China, coming from so many continents, culture backgrounds, ages, it's a crazy opportunity for do something, dominate all the 21st century because of the smartness. But I need to say we lost this chance. Maybe it come back, but I don't know. But the world, China, Asia. So I stay in China from Olympic Games 2008 to Olympic Games 2022. I'm not sure it will be happening actually. This is a window, no? It's a window, yeah. I'm still hopeful. It can really happen many things. So.
You're as hopeful as a German. Very rationally hopeful.
No, yeah, you are right. You are right. Emotional, the Chinese are much more optimistic. This is actually, I really think, a good thing. If I'm in Europe, it's shocking, bitter. In China, actually, I would say no. I think it's time for do things without. Because it's the schools in China are really schools, I think the generation of the famous artists in China was because they have been opposite something, opposite the authority, opposite the government in that time, that pushed them, bring them the passion, and not living in a liberal society, liberal themselves to have this energy until 89 or later. And after this, the critics say they lost the soul, or sold the soul. They like to be famous, rich, and living like lords, small kingdoms. But this is the problem will be if they're not prepare the society for it, then it will be shrinking again, right? This German in the 20s, the Russian Revolution was the most important impact for the art of the 20s. Even go to design like Bauhaus or the vision of the society. This is the background pusher for the art. And I don't think the contemporary art don't have that. They lost it because they say modern brings the postmodern, the aftermodern don't need the modern anymore, and then becomes a contemporary lifestyle. Contemporary lifestyle. And of course, without if you don't have the point, how you want to continue? You want to have 500 years lifestyle art? No, cannot.